Okay.
Okay. First of all, this is Skylar. She is an ENFJ. She's 21 years old, and she is a programmer. She makes apps, and in college, she won Entrepreneur of the Year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What do you think about that?
That's pretty cool.
Were you expecting that from her?
No, I was definitely not expecting.
That's because you were not looking at her computer that's right next to her. Come on!
What's up, freak bitches?
My name's Anthony Recenello, and I'm a social and relationship coach living in Los Angeles, but I'm in New York right now filming for another episode of First Date. First Date is a series where I help influencers, YouTubers, celebrities on a date and then help them through that date. Today I matched up a YouTuber, Eric Wen. He's an expert in personality types.
My whole YouTube channel is breaking down other people's personality types.
When you are about to meet a potential date, are you considering their personality type and how it mixes
all
with
the
yours?
time. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, full blast.
All throughout this episode, I'm working with Eric on how to express his attraction to somebody when he feels it instead of hiding it. This is something that I've dealt with all my life. This is something that so many people struggle with. So I found 3 great women that I thought would be perfect for Eric. So let's see who chooses to go on a date with.
All right, swipe.
Okay.
This is Ellen.
Okay.
She's 22.
Okay.
Ellen is an ENFP.
Okay.
She's going to school for marriage and family therapy, and she loves, like she's passionate about the attachment styles. What do you think of that?
Ooh, that sounds like a fun topic to talk about.
Swipe again. This is Rebecca. Rebecca is 23.
Okay. Is this 21, 22, 23? Okay.
She is also an ENFJ. Rebecca loves to dance. She's Latina, and she's bilingual Spanish.
That's sort of my weakness. So all these girls are definitely cute brunettes like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is Rebecca a cute brunette to you?
She's definitely cute. Like, I would have fun sort of exploring and getting to know her and that sort of stuff.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
I'm very impressed how you picked out these very cool people.
Have you been dating a lot since the pandemic, or
No, not really.
you excited?
Yes, I'm very excited. I'm mostly nervous, but I'm excited.
I would say the amount that I'm resistant to the idea that they're physically attracted to me is probably irrational, or like probably doesn't quite make sense. You know, for me, like sometimes I can get like tons of different signs. We're hanging out all the time. We're both, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to express it because then I might step on their blah, blah.
So many people are so concerned with whether that person is attracted to them. And that is in fact one of the things that is preventing that person becoming attracted to you, is that reliance on whether that person actually is. What is a very attractive trait, and what allows two people to find a lot of electric chemistry between each other is when you can show your attraction to that person while they and you are non-verbally expressing the fact that you don't give a shit if they're attracted to you or not. And that also relieves them of responsibility to feel or show any type of attraction to you, which actually makes them feel more open to explore their ability to be attracted to you.
That's a good point.
Say
Good
it
stuff.
again. What most people do is they connect their attraction for somebody with all of these other uncomfortable, awkward feelings of, oh, where's this going? Oh, are they gonna like me back? Oh, do I have to now hold their hand and walk them to the door? And do I have to like go meet their parents? And what is gonna happen on the second date? You can remove all of that and just say, you know what? I feel attracted to this person. I'm not going to hide it away in the back of my head for a month later.
Ready for that. I think I'm ready for that, and that's just been not in the cards before because of things I needed to deal with. But honestly, like, I'm not that scared to do that.
Woo! You truly have the ability to evoke that.
I know. I'm freaking awesome.
I know you're freaking awesome, or I wouldn't have you here.
I know.
But what I think is that you don't think girls that you're attracted to think you're freaking awesome in that sexual way.
Probably not, yeah.
And I have a feeling that a lot of the reasons why women may end up not being attracted to you in the end is probably because deep down they feel underneath you go, yeah, but she's not attracted to me. And they're going, you know what? Oh, he doesn't think I'm attracted to him? I'm not. I'm telling you. And if you went in and go, you know what? I don't care if you're attracted to me. I'm Eric fucking Wen. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or if you're a woman. When that happens, that lights up something in people. How do you feel right now?
Nervous, trying to not overthink it. Cool. But that's pretty normal, I think. Hey, Rebecca, nice to meet you.
Hi, Rebecca. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Eric.
Eric. Hi, Eric. So this is actually my favorite bubble tea place in like all of LA.
Oh, really?
It's the best place that I found so far. Or like, I don't know. Cause
What's your work?
so right now I'm a shift supervisor at Starbucks.
Okay.
But my real, like what I was doing previously, like my real passion is in like mentoring.
Do you feel like when you're being fake, people could tell, or you're good at tricking people? Do you speak a lot of different languages as a native speaker, or what do you like doing for fun?
I have
How much longer do you
midterms.
have?
But my
What are you
roommate
trying to
gets
do,
this
or
that.
be, or do, you know,
So-
in terms of making it relevant for change, or
In terms of like,
would you ever start a YouTube channel? What makes you uncomfortable about saying that? So you have a secret introvert side? What is your introvert side? Where do your friends tend to be from? Are you pretty involved with your church? Have you been able to stay? Yeah, it's sort of hard to be involved.
yeah.
Do you start like, did you work there before? What is there to get mad about? Do you feel like, is it from your family? Like, do you have like an existential crisis? What triggered the... How did you find this person? That's so weird.
She was talking most of the time, and that's not because she's a talker. It's because you were interviewing her.
It's like a deflective tactic I do all the time.
I want you to offer more of yourself. A little in your periphery, start going, is this 50-50? Am I offering about 50% of the conversation here, of myself, who I am?
Sort of a red flag if they were always talking about themselves. In the first like 25 minutes, I would say that that's sort of where my head was at.
Yeah.
I am aware of the fact that she was talking more.
Your job is not to test whether she's into you or not. Your job is to keep the interaction following a harmonious kind of balanced place, and then allow whatever happens between you guys to happen. So in other words, have as high level social skills as possible, and then see if there's a connection, rather than saying, I'm going to hinder my social skills and seeing if she's gonna compensate as a sign that she likes me. Make sense?
Makes sense. Basically, don't do the weird tests.
Exactly.
For me, I think a big part is like body language or the type of questions or like their like comments to me, I think.
So it's the showing of interest.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for like their response or like their initiation for me to know like, oh, are they interested? From my standpoint is like I wait to see kind of where they're at with it, and then I kind of follow suit, I guess. I've only been in one relationship.
Okay.
It was long, and it was long distance the whole time.
Oh shit.
And that was
it good or bad?
it was good. I broke it off because like starting a relationship long distance and then like trying to like maintain it.
But,
What about you?
For which part?
Like last relationship.
It's probably like a year ago. Yeah, she was way older than me, which caused some problems.
All right, I'd like to stop and take a second and talk about Eric Wen's vibe here. In most other cases, for most other people, I would say that Eric is not engaging very well with Rebecca. He seems to be withdrawn, detached, not very engaged, not very interested. Most people, I would assume, would think that. But I know Eric. Eric's a good friend of mine. Eric is engaged right now. He may be a little anxious. Yeah, there's a camera in front of him. He's on a first date in a town hours away from his home. He's out of his element. But listen, Eric is just a quieter person in general. This is who he is. And Eric, he's owning it. You could tell that while he's being quiet, while he's being a little withdrawn, he's still being engaged. And that's the key word here. Eric is owning who he is. He's making eye contact generally, and he's engaging with Rebecca. Eric's like this with me. I'm sure he's like this with his friends and family. But listen, all I want to know is how you act with your best friends. That's the good rule of thumb for figuring out how you should be on a date. If you are usually more loud, more energetic, and you're not like that on a first date, that likely means you're not really being engaged with the person. It likely means that you are withdrawing. But if who you are with your friends is generally a relaxed, chilled out type of person, but you're still making eye contact, you're still interested, you're still expressing yourself, that's great then. That's who I want you to be when you're meeting somebody for the first time. Moving on.
Or not problems, but like she had issues with just the timing of she couldn't reconcile what was going on. Like, why is there connection and attraction here, but then this isn't fitting with my plans and my life and all that sort of stuff. I think the way that we're talking to each other is very friends.
Yeah. Would you like it to not be friends, like a little more than friends?
If that was something in her, color palette.
I want to go into actually getting you to start showing some sort of interest in her outside of just being friends. How does that feel?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like how so?
Well, here's my idea. I want you guys to continue up the 3rd Street Promenade where the live music is playing. I'd like you to ask her if she wants to try salsa with you. Right then and there. I'd like you to mention to her, somehow, slip in within the next half hour, something like, I'm just so glad that Anthony set me up with somebody that was beautiful.
I'm not gonna say that.
Do you think she's beautiful?
Yeah.
The reason why I want you to say it is because the reason you don't want to say it is because you're taking a risk, putting yourself out there about your attraction towards her, and you are hesitant about how she responds back about it. I want you to take this risk as a practice. I'd like it to happen in the next half hour.
I'll try my best.
Yes, buddy!
It might not be exactly like that though. Do you want to dance?
Right now?
Over there, probably where the music is.
Where the music? Yes.
Either. So do you know?
Show me what you got.
So we have to mirror each other.
Okay.
So if I go like this. Okay. That's my. Okay, here. No, that's actually perfect. You're trying to do trick moves. You're come on.
I'm making you too fancy. Okay.
Okay, pull, turn your place, and then you do the.
I did it! I did the thing!
But that's the difference.
Okay. Woo! Woo!
Like that. Okay.
You're just doing all the work. I'm just staying here looking pretty.
But it's fun, right?
It's so fun. I think you're a lot more Hispanic than I am.
Yeah. It's possible.
That was so fun. I love that. Is this your whole dance playlist?
I have a big one, yeah.
Really? Nothing.
Probably very long.
I would love to hear it again.
I'm down.
I'm really attracted to you.
Oh,
And I had a really nice time, and we have a lot of ways to connect and stuff like that. And I'd love to dance more.
I know, I would too. I really would, yes.
But yeah, are you doing anything?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. How long are you here for?
A couple days.
Okay.
When are you here or not here? Let me stop the music.
All right, I just want to take a second and talk about what's going on right here in this absolutely beautiful moment that just happened. I knew that Eric's vulnerable spot was how a woman felt about him. And I knew that resulted in him not expressing any elevated interest in them until it was so blatantly obvious over the course of weeks that a person was interested and he could somehow escalate the situation. However, what does this do? In a lot of situations, all you have is a few hours with somebody, and that person's already made up their mind and they never want to see you again. So it's not the most efficient way of going about things. So what I wanted to first do was put Eric in a place where he felt confident, where he felt he would really own the situation and kind of look like a baller. And honestly, he did. It worked out exactly as I wanted it to. And so as I was slowly inching him or nudging him, or let's just say pushing him towards verbally expressing his attraction in Rebecca, it was getting easier and easier to do it because as I was elevating his confidence in the situation, I was also pressuring him in just the right spot. Now, if you noticed a little earlier how I was getting a bit tough on Eric, it's because this was the place I knew he wouldn't move unless I pushed him. That's just how it goes. There are some places I know they could get there on their own with just a couple nudges here and there. Then when the time is right, I know there's the time to push. And I'm so happy it worked out the way it did. And we could see right here, Eric made a huge stride in his social skills, in his relationship skills right here. I'm so excited for him. I'm so happy for him. And, well, I don't want to tell you if they had a date or not. You're going to find out in a couple minutes.
Okay. I'll text you. I'll let you know about Sunday. I'll see you again.
Okay. Sounds good.
How do you feel about Eric?
I think him like teaching me to dance was something that I was like, oh, it was like very unexpected, and it's something that I haven't, like, it doesn't happen often, and so it was something that was very like out of the blue, which kind of caused a little bit of that spark. I think that like unexpectedness, yeah, was like, it was just kind of like, oh, that's really cool. what I was thinking about is like, okay, there has to be a level of attraction in order to have the spark. Like if there was no attraction, then it would probably be like, oh no, I don't want to. But because that was there, it was this kind of like, okay, like I see you, okay, you know how to like, yeah. So I thought that was cool. The whole thing that like he doesn't live here like throws me off. So I do feel a little bit like, okay, we'll see what happens. I liked him enough to want to go on a second date with him.
He like said like, oh, I find you very attractive.
Oh yeah.
That was unexpected. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
How did you feel about that?
I mean, it made me feel good. I think like I'm someone that I don't want to throw all women under the bus, but I tend to be a lot of an overthinker, as I think a lot of girls are. And so I think what I try to do in order to help myself not overthink is I don't let my feelings go further than words have been spoken. And so to hear like, yes, it's important to use body language and stuff, but I think so often you need someone to like verbally confirm that. And I'm not gonna be one of those people that's like, you need to tell me every day that you think I'm beautiful or I'm gonna be insecure. Like that's a little bit too extreme. But it's just nice to kind of be like, okay, yeah, that confirms what I was hoping you would think, but you verbally like communicated that. And so I think that verbal communication is really important, especially at the beginning, I would say. But
I was pressing you to express your interest, your elevated interest, attraction,
physical attraction, right? And what was interesting is so I could tell that there was a shift because I said that on the first date, but after talking to her again on the second date, if I hadn't said that, 1000% we would have easily just instinctively friend-zoned each other. It was like, oh, that was nice, we talked, we connected, whatever. When I talked to her the second time, even though I don't know where it's gonna go, I will say that I was shocked to see that component was in the conversation. Like talking about like, oh, what do you want to do with sort of like the romantic element of it? What do you want to do with sort of the attraction element? Knowing that there's a way to express your attraction without it being a creepy thing, without it being, oh, only extroverts do that, without it being this needs to mean all the things. Just saying, no, I just want this flavor to be in the conversation, or I am attracted to you. Like, I don't know what that means, but there's more than just friendship here, is something I was like, is that okay? Is that allowed?
That's why I love keeping it to such a simple headspace. Treat the person like your best friend and express your attraction when you have it. And that's it.
I'm so happy that you showed that to me because it was so simple, but it really did shift things.
Are you serious?
how are you?
Who do you think this is?
His next victim.
Oh my gosh!
What the hell is going on right now?
I work with these people.
Are you following me?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, no, I saw you in the last video.
Good luck. It's a lot, but it's fun.
You know what? I just feel it for this boy. I just don't know why, but I want to see his peepers. And that's Jeepers Creepers, so I want to see his peepers.